I see you. I have always seen you. But right now, in this very moment, I am looking directly into your heart. I see the quiet spaces of your home, the rooms that perhaps hold more memories now than they do daily noise. I see the hands resting in your lap, hands that have worked so tirelessly, hands that have wiped away countless tears, hands that have built a life, folded laundry, prepared thousands of meals, and held on tightly when everything else seemed to be falling apart. You look at those hands, and you see the passage of time. You see the lines, the thinning skin, the marks of decades lived in a world that never stops rushing. But when I look at your hands, my beloved child, I see the beautiful, sacred map of a life poured out in love. I see the hands of someone I formed intimately, someone I cherish more deeply than human words can ever fully express. You are stepping into a season of life that the world often misunderstands. The twilight years, the third age, the autumn of your earthly journey. Whatever name the world gives it, I call it a season of profound grace. But I know it does not always feel like grace to you. I know the secret aches you carry. I know the physical pain that greets you in the morning, the stiffness in your joints that whispers of mortality, and the exhaustion that settles deep within your bones. I know there are days when you look in the mirror and barely recognize the face looking back at you, wondering where the vibrant, energetic youth you once were has gone. You ask yourself where the time went, how the decades slipped through your fingers like water, leaving you here, sometimes feeling terribly alone, even in a room full of people. I want to validate every single one of those feelings. It is okay to feel tired. It is deeply okay to grieve the loss of your physical strength, to mourn the friends and loved ones who have already crossed over into my embrace, leaving empty chairs at your table and an ache in your chest. You carry the heavy weight of nostalgia, oscillating between the sweet joy of beautiful memories and the sharp, piercing regret of things left unsaid or undone. The enemy of your soul wants you to spend these precious years drowning in guilt. He whispers lies to you in the quiet hours of the night. He tells you that your best days are behind you, that you are no longer useful, that you have made too many mistakes, and that society has moved on and left you behind as an obsolete relic of the past. Hear me clearly now. Those are lies from the father of lies. I am here to break the chains of that guilt right now. You are not a burden. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible to me. Every tear you shed in the silence of your bedroom, I catch. Every sigh of weariness, I hear. You have spent your entire life being the strong one for everyone else. You were the anchor for your family, the provider, the nurturer, the one who sacrificed personal dreams so that others could chase theirs. You carried the weight of the world on your shoulders for so long that your spirit has forgotten how to stand up straight without a load. I am stepping into your space today to tell you that you can lay it down. You do not have to be the strong one anymore. You do not have to pretend that you have it all together, or that the aging process isn't daunting and sometimes frightening. You have carried the anxieties of your children, the worries of your grandchildren, and the burdens of your friends. But who carries you? I do. I have carried you from the moment I knit you together in your mother's womb, and I will carry you until your hair is white and your steps are slow. Do not let the world dictate your worth based on how fast you can run or how much you can produce. Your worth is not tied to your economic output, your physical agility, or your busy schedule. Your worth was settled forever when I stretched out my arms on the cross. You are my chosen one. You are deeply desired, fully known, and completely enveloped in my love. I know the doubts that creep in as the shadows lengthen in this season of your life. You wonder if you did enough. You wonder if your life made a difference. You look at your perceived failures and magnify them. But I look at your heart. I look at the times you chose to love when it was hard, the times you got out of bed when you wanted to give up, the quiet, unseen sacrifices you made that no one else ever clapped for. I saw them all, and I am so incredibly proud of you. Breathe out the guilt. Breathe out the fear of aging. Let go of the need to have perfectly utilized every second of your past. I am the Lord of Time, and I am redeeming your timeline. I am wrapping my arms around your weary shoulders right now, pulling you close to my chest so you can hear the steady, calming rhythm of my heartbeat. I am here to hold your hand through the aches, the doctor's appointments, the lonely evenings, and the quiet mornings. You are safe with me. You are endlessly loved by me. As you sit here with me, let us look back together, not with judgment, but with gentle understanding. How did the burden become so heavy? How did the walls around your heart grow so high and thick? You did not build them overnight. Life happens with such a dizzying, relentless speed. You blinked, and the children were grown. You blinked again, and retirement was upon you. Throughout those middle decades, the world demanded everything from you. You were caught in the turbulent river of survival, paying the bills, keeping the roof over your head, putting food on the table, navigating the complex web of relationships, careers, and societal expectations. In that endless rush, without even realizing it, you began to gather stones. Every time someone hurt you, you picked up a stone of self-protection. Every time you faced a financial crisis or a deep uncertainty about the future, you picked up a stone of worry. Every time you fell short of your own expectations or the impossible standards of the world, you picked up a stone of shame. Slowly, year by year, decade by decade, you used those stones to build a fortress around your soul. You thought the fortress would keep you safe from further pain. You thought that if you just worked harder, worried more, and planned better, you could control the outcomes of your life and protect the people you love. But those walls did not just keep the pain out. They kept my perfect peace from reaching you. The worries of the world, the deceitfulness of wealth, the desires for other things, they came in and choked the quiet, peaceful life I intended for you. You traded the stillness of my presence for the chaotic noise of anxiety. You became so accustomed to carrying the heavy backpack of stress that it began to feel like a part of your own skin. You forgot what it felt like to walk unburdened. You forgot how to breathe deeply. Remember the words I spoke long ago to my disciples when they were exhausted, overwhelmed by the crowds, and running on empty. I looked at them with the same tender compassion I have for you right now, and I said to them in the Gospel of Mark, "Come with me by yourselves to a quiet place and get some rest." That was not just an invitation for them on a dusty road in Galilee 2,000 years ago. It is my urgent, loving invitation to you today. You have spent years living in the noise. You have allowed the world's definition of success to whisper in your ear, making you feel inadequate because your bank account isn't overflowing, or because your family is messy and imperfect, or because your body is failing. You lost yourself in the service of others, and in the desperate attempt to keep the plates spinning, you gave away pieces of your heart until you felt empty, running on fumes, hoping that someday, somehow, you would finally earn a moment of rest. But true rest is not something you earn after you have fixed all your problems. True rest is a gift I freely give you in the middle of your unfinished story. The anatomy of your burden is complex. It is made of grief for the people you have lost. It is made of profound disappointment for the prayers you feel went unanswered. It is made of the bitter sting of betrayal from people you trusted. It is made of the chronic anxiety about what tomorrow will bring, how you will afford your medications, who will take care of you if you cannot take care of yourself, what kind of world your grandchildren are inheriting. I understand all of this. I walked this earth. I know the heaviness of the human condition. I wept at the tomb of my friend. I felt the betrayal of a kiss. I felt the crushing weight of the world's anxiety in the garden. I do not look at your worries and tell you that you are foolish for having them. I look at your worries, and I tell you that you are entirely too fragile to carry them alone. You were never designed to be the general manager of the universe. You were designed to be a child, my child. The walls you built out of survival must come down. Not through force, but through the gentle, melting warmth of my love. You have lost yourself in the doing, but I am calling you back to simply being. Your identity is not retiree, widow, widower, patient, or elderly. Your core identity is the one I gave you, deeply loved, eternally cherished, chosen vessel of my grace. I am offering you a solution that is fiercely anchored in reality. I am not promising that your physical ailments will magically vanish in an instant, or that the world will suddenly stop being chaotic. The reality is that the body ages and the world spins in turmoil. But my solution goes deeper than circumstantial fixes. My solution is the transformation of your inner world. I am offering to step into the fortress you built, Take those heavy stones of regret and anxiety out of your hands and replace them with a supernatural peace that defies human logic. I want to heal the places where you lost yourself. I want to restore the quiet dignity of your soul. I want you to look at the remaining chapters of your life, not as a slow decline into irrelevance, but as the grand, beautiful, peaceful culmination of a story I am still actively writing. Let me take the weight. Give me the heavy yoke. Let me lead you beside the still waters you have been desperately thirsting for all these decades. We have reached the turning point, my beloved. You have acknowledged the pain, and we have looked at the walls you built. Now, I want to show you the beautiful, redeeming light of my grace. I want to talk to you about the mystery of Holy Saturday. Friday was the day of pain, the day of the cross, the day when all hope seemed lost. Sunday is the day of resurrection, of triumph, of glorious light. But Saturday? Saturday is the day of waiting. It is the day when the world is quiet, when nothing seems to be happening, when the body rests in the dark. Many in your season of life feel as though they are living in a permanent Holy Saturday. The vibrant action of Friday is over, and you are waiting in the quiet, sometimes feeling like you are simply running out the clock in the silence. But I want to reveal to you the 7 signs of what I am doing in your Holy Saturday, the signs that show you are ready for the Sunday morning of your soul. First, the desire for quiet. You no longer crave the loud, chaotic validation of the crowds. You seek the stillness, the gentle morning light, the quiet cup of coffee. This is not you becoming boring. This is your soul tuning out the world's static to hear my voice. Second, the softening of the heart. The harsh judgments of your youth are fading. You look at the mistakes of others, and even your own, with a deeper, more profound mercy. Third, the release of control. You are finally realizing that you cannot fix your children, you cannot control the government, and you cannot stop time. You are learning the holy art of surrender. Fourth, the longing for true connection. Superficial conversations no longer satisfy you. You desire deep, authentic, vulnerable communion with me and with the few souls you trust. Fifth, the acceptance of frailty. You are no longer fighting your humanity. You are learning to let others help you, realizing that allowing others to serve you is a gift you give to them. Sixth, the shedding of worldly ambition. The need to accumulate wealth or status has lost its grip on you. You realize that the only things you can take with you are the treasures of the heart. Seventh, the quiet expectation of my presence. You find me not in grand, dramatic events, but in the small things. A blooming flower, a child's laugh, a comforting memory. Watch what I do before Sunday morning. Even when you think your life is winding down, I am doing my deepest, most profound spiritual work within you. My grace does not operate on a worldly clock. The world says that if you haven't achieved it by 60 or 70, it's too late. I say that one day with me is like 1,000 years. It is never, ever too late for me. The time you have left on this earth, whether it is days, months, or decades, is more than enough for deep redemption, radical peace, and profound joy. Do not look at the calendar with dread. Look at it as a canvas where I am painting the final, most exquisite strokes of your masterpiece. The colors of autumn are far richer and more complex than the bright greens of spring. Your life right now possesses a depth, a wisdom, and a beauty that you could never have carried in your youth. You are a chosen vessel. You are guarded by my angels. You are protected by my blood. Even when your physical body feels incredibly weak, your spirit, anchored in me, is stronger than it has ever been. Remember what I told Jairus in the Gospel of Mark, when he was told it was too late, when he was told the worst had happened. I looked at him and said, "Don't be afraid. Just believe." I am speaking those exact words over your life right now. Do not be afraid of the aging process. Do not be afraid of the silence in your home. Do not be afraid of the future, for I am already standing there waiting for you. Just believe. Believe that I love you perfectly. Believe that your life has eternal significance. Believe that I am holding you securely in the palm of my hand, and no one, no disease, no fear, and no amount of time can ever snatch you away from me. You are stepping into your Sunday morning. The heavy stone of your past is being rolled away. Step out of the tomb of regret and anxiety. Walk into the warm, glorious light of my absolute acceptance and peace. I am with you always, even to the very end of the age. I want to carry this load for you. starting today. If your heart feels heavy, if you are tired of carrying the stones of worry and regret, I invite you to lay them down right now at my feet. Leave your burden in the comments below. Type, "I receive your peace, Lord," as a declaration that you are trading your anxiety for my rest. And please, subscribe to this channel so that we can walk together, hand in hand, every single day of this beautiful journey. You are deeply loved.